Oh, there we are. All right. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Slowly coming up. There we go. Okay, here it comes.
Big file.
Wow, it's so bright. I love it. Oh my God, that's great. Wow. Oh, I see what you've done. That's good.
So Erin made the first one herself, Paige.
Oh, okay.
So no shame. It was just she
No
had to do
shame,
something
yeah.
so she made it. And then I went, oh, I think we could do better than that. So
Yes, yes, for sure. Let's see. Well, that looks good.
So what I thought you could analyze it and Paige is seeing if you had any changes or if you wanted different pictures or anything, then Paige could make those changes faster than me trying to explain it to her secondhand.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. So what city is that? I like that.
I think I looked up stock photos of Minneapolis.
Wow, it is Minneapolis. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. I
Yeah.
love it. That's kind of fun. It's very bright, which is actually what it does look like when it's sunny, actually, here. It's very bright blue. It's the beauty of being in the cold when it's cold. Of course, that's a summer picture, so that's great. Yeah, I do like that. And what do you guys think of the photo of me?
I love that picture. Personally.
Do you love that picture?
Do you want to share the screen, Paige?
Sure.
It's kind of funny. Paige is in my office.
I know she is. Oh my God. I love it.
I'm just down here working on my tan still.
Yeah, I know you are. Jealous.
You can come back. We've got another couple of days.
Yeah, good.
What I like about the picture is it's quite intense.
Yes, yeah.
And it totally drew my eyes to it.
Yeah.
But as I say, it's totally up to you. So I just, what I've learned with Paige is to give her free range and just see what she comes back with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always open to ideas.
Yeah.
There we go. It was just giving me a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, so it's funny, it's because John's always liked this picture. And it's funny, I'm so glad you used it because it hasn't necessarily ever been my favorite, but it's funny how John loved it. He goes, no, you look professional, you look like somebody I want to know, somebody who's, not afraid, like you're there. Like he's like, it's you. So yeah, if you guys like it, I mean, it's just so funny. You know how we're always critical of ourselves. So I don't see it the way I think most people would see.
I mean, those eyes, they just pop. Holy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They
Paige
do.
has gone off screen.
We both like that one because I didn't get any feedback like that. I just looked through the pictures and I'm like, I kind of like that one.
Yeah.
For me, it's just you've gone off center there. I can only see half of it. Could you?
Yeah, sure.
Paige has got a much bigger monitor than us. So that's perfect. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. So if you scroll up to the top page.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the way your company is positioned against the city.
Yeah.
That looks awesome. Did your graphic designer ever talk to you about putting a trademark on this?
Well, we need to actually. And I realize I need to do that. It's within days. I keep saying that because it's already been approved. It just hasn't come through yet. So I realize, especially after taking, I don't think we was speak to sell. I can't remember when. I need to have it on there. Right now, we just have to put a TM until we can change it to the R. Right?
Yeah. But you've got the R approved, and you're just waiting for it.
We're just waiting. So I don't have the actual documentation yet. So I obviously can't put the R on yet, but I should at least put a TM on it. Correct?
Yeah. We can do that. Yeah.
That would be great. I realize it's like one of those things I'm like, I need to make that change.
Yeah. You want the TM in red or in black?
Huh?
You want it in red or in black?
You mean the inspiration squared?
No, the TM.
Oh, you know what? That's a good question.
I'd probably keep it black. You don't want to draw too much attention to it.
Oh, okay.
Like
It's a good idea.
For the little square bubble.
Yeah, that's true. We don't want to take it away from the square bubbles. So, and just so you know too, that is in the midst of getting trademarked as well. So the square bubble or the dialogue box, what I call it, that is actually also, that might come later because it was submitted later. I had to resubmit it. But in fact, I think I told you that, Jonathan, when we had problems with the website or whatever. So, so yeah, let's change that to TM. So,
okay, we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that this has much more, it's visually more appealing, and it feels more action oriented than the original version that I designed.
Well, I think it was good, like considering you're not a designer.
Yeah.
I like your way you've gone all white with a shadow background on this page because it really makes it pop at the top, right?
Yeah.
And then this is also a fillable form, Erin, so they can fill this in online and then send it back to you.
That's what I want. That's fantastic.
And then this one just links to your contact page. Oh, it brought it up on the other screen, but this goes here.
Oh, okay.
At the bottom. And I was wondering if you had like a direct link to a scheduler. I couldn't find anything. But
I don't have one yet. Yeah, that is one of those things that I probably eventually need to add.
Okay.
But
this can do for now. It's easy enough to change out the link if we need to.
Yeah, exactly. Because I update that. Is there a way? How did I have it before? If they clicked, was it clickable before? Isn't that funny? I can't even remember. I'm going back.
Yeah, yours was fillable. You did figure out how to do that.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean, if they clicked on, there was no clickable thing, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. It just
yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it would be good to make that a button.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. And I wonder, Paige, is it possible if they clicked on it, would it? And I have no idea. Can it bring up an email box with just info@inspiration_squared, or is it better to take them to?
Yeah, no, you can whatever you prefer. I can make it your email instead if you want. That's not.
Yeah, I wonder if that's one less
The ideal
step.
thing would be to go straight to a calendar with live.
I know, wouldn't it?
I thought you had some kind of calendar.
I should. I think it's about time. Maybe, I don't know. I don't. I need to figure out which one to use.
Yeah, I was thinking of Jennifer Hines because I looked at her calendar and she had like every hour of every day open. I went, Jennifer, you need to fill some of these boxes in.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's the key, isn't it? To make it look like there's scarcity in it. I only have 2 hours on Monday. That's it, you know. What people
I use a calendar called Vcita, which I like. But a lot of people use Acuity. I mean, what else have you used, Paige?
Yeah.
Just those two.
Those two, Acuity, okay. All right.
I like Vcita myself. It's easy. It translates into different time zones. It actually has an e-commerce element to it as well. Mark Schaefer, who's a guy I respect, and I noticed Donna Sirianni, a former Sassy, is starting doing this now, is they put a price on a strategy session, but Donna also then has a coupon code. So people can see the value of getting the strategy session. Mark's is $200. Donna, I think hers is $50. No, she did it for a webinar.
Oh.
She said it's $50 to join the webinar, but because you're on my email list, if you put in this code, you get access to the webinar for free. And I went, that is a smart idea.
That is smart.
That is very smart.
I mean, obviously you're new, you're growing business, you're dealing with a smaller number of people, but the vCedar, and I know does do that, and you can create coupon codes.
Huh. Something to think about for
yeah, probably just do it for free to begin with.
Yeah. And what was, I want to look.
Oh, let me share again. I didn't know if we were done with that.
Let's see here. I wanted to say I gave my strategy session another name. I gave it an actual name. Schedule a free 1-hour exploratory discovery session. I'm trying to remember. I remember thinking I came up with one. I need to look at. I mean, wondering if we should give it the name of the strategy session.
Okay. Yeah, this
I
was
just have to remember what I.
it said. What does it say on the website?
Oh, that's old. It's amazing how much work happened 2 weeks ago when I was at the Sassy retreat. Yeah, so I need to find my notes. I have so many notes, so that's why I'm looking here. Sassy. Okay. And if I can't find a page, I'll get back to you on it for sure. Let's see. Let me just open one thing and see if it's here. If not, I will definitely get back to you because I don't want to waste your time. Yeah, that's not there. Yeah, let me get back to you on it because for some reason it's not showing up where I thought it would be. So I'll make a note to find out what I named that. Alrighty. But otherwise, I think this looks great.
That's awesome.
And try that picture. I love that you used it. I think John will be happy about it.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see John's thoughts on this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll really love this. And
is he in town?
He is in town. He is in town. He's over at 3M today. So he was here earlier. And of course, I can't remember if I told you, but we broke ground on Monday on the master bathroom and the master closet.
Yeah.
Which is right above my office. So it has been 2 days of pounding because they're ripping it out. And thank God they left at 2:30 my time. So I thought, oh, phew, thank God. I have a call with Jonathan. I might have had to do it in the porch.
Did you catch a squirrel?
We did. Oh my God, we did catch the squirrel. In fact, you know that photo that John put up on Facebook last week on the shores of the St. Croix River?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that's because we caught the squirrel, and even though everybody said we should kill it, I was in tears for a day. There's no way I could kill it, even though it's destroyed a part of my porch. And so we drove it, not just over the Mississippi, but drove it over the St. Croix River into the state of Wisconsin. Because everybody said that, the squirrel's going to find its way back, especially that squirrel because it has babies. And so we literally drove it over 2 rivers. And of course, 3M is just before the St. Croix River, and he had to go into 3M anyway. So I'm like, why don't I join you and we'll drive it over there? So let me tell you, when she jumped out of that cage, she was so happy. She just bling the cage, and she's living a damn good life over there on the river. So I'm happy.
That is awesome. Great.
Yeah. So
the other thing, Paige, is that Erin has a group. Facebook group that she hasn't used it. Now, what was it you called it? It was the...
Just Shine.
Just Shine.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that yet.
No.
No one has.
A couple of things we could do, Paige, because that's one of Erin's strategies is to get people into this closed group.
Mm-hmm.
Are you married to that name? Is there a logo?
No, I'm not. I am so not married to, it felt last year, my mentor at that time made all of us go on and create our own private Facebook group to invite people to. She's like, you need to do that. Yeah. And at that time, it made sense. Right now, I'm so not married to that at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Paige has got some really good templates for Facebook group header. If we wanted to go ahead with that. I just wonder because I love that picture. Whether we just put that picture in. And Paige, maybe rather than having a solid block line white, if we just blur that out like you did with my speaker page.
Oh, okay.
And then have sort of some keywords on the right-hand side for maybe, you know how we redid your Facebook cover picture, Erin?
Yes.
For the business? Maybe we use this one for the group so it's a little different.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Yeah.
And maybe it's just inspiration squared insiders. That's what we did with Gifted. something like that.
Something
Yeah,
like that, yeah.
Shine and Inspiration Squares, like there's kind of a disconnect between those two titles, and it'd be nice if it tied in more to the brand you already have.
To the brand, yeah. I kind of agree. I kind of like the insiders, maybe at that point.
I mean, are you ready to even use the group, or should we just side by that for a while?
Well, that's a good question, because am I ready to, I mean, if I'm going to have a group, I need to engage, correct?
Yeah.
That's the concept. So I guess I need to figure out what that strategy is first.
Yeah.
Maybe we put that as the plan, but let's figure out what that strategy would be. So if I do it, I need to engage, and I figure out, how am I engaging with it, or how do I engage with it? There's nothing worse than being in a group where nobody engages, right?
I changed your button to join the group to just learn more. So
oh, you did? Okay. Oh, yes, I see that. Ah.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So wait, I clicked on learn. Oh, but I'm in here. Oh, so because I clicked on.
Website. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see that. All right. Yeah. So does that make sense for a group?
Yeah,
Maybe
that's fine. That's totally fine. Yeah. Okay. Well, show this to John. We won't touch it until you give us some more feedback.
Okay.
Because what I'd like to do is turn this into like an ebook cover, so that on the homepage where the sign up, we want to make the front page of this a clickable link, so it really looks like they're getting something. Software to put it into an iPad or something like that to bring it out.
Okay.
And then it sort of has substance.
Okay. That would be.
I think it would look pretty cool.
It'd be really cool. Yeah. That'd be really cool. Help me with that.
Yeah, no, we can do it. Yeah.
Hey, you know what I was thinking too, and now that I look at this, and now after looking at the freebie, on the Facebook Inspiration Square page, where we have that new photo, which is lovely, could we update the Inspiration Squared so that the square is the red?
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
I think that might pop. Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder. It's all right.
Yeah. I just realized, I'm like, holy cow, now that I'm looking at that red will so pop right there in those.
I agree.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Paige just lifted the black. Yeah, because I just wanted to get something changed straight away. So.
Yes. No. Believe me. Looks so much better. So
and then we did one for LinkedIn as well, so we'll need to change that page as well.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I did change it yesterday because I saw you uploaded it. So I actually changed it yesterday on LinkedIn. But I was just looking at that as well. I think, in fact, I'm going back there just to see what the heck it is.
Yeah, because you've got the red nails and stuff, so that
I know. So I think there too, if we put the red square in there, it'd be great.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Erin, have you set up a YouTube channel yet?
No.
Okay.
Should I? I mean, I know eventually I will have to, but.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just if we're creating graphics, we could do that one at the same time as well.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because it's long and thin like LinkedIn. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. Should I just set it up? I'm not going to use it.
Yeah, we can do it for you. I just didn't know if you'd done it already.
I know. I have not. Yes, but the day is coming where I need to have something out there, right?
Apparently.
Apparently. All right. This is good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anything else for me, or will that do it?
I'm good.
I think we're good.
Oh, I got some notes.
I thought it was handy to introduce the two of you and get this going. So.
Yeah, it's good to meet you. Thank you.
I'm so glad you like what I've done so far. So.
Yeah, I do. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to get back at it now.
All right. We'll see you later.
Thanks, Paige.
Bye.
Could you stop sharing the screen as well?
Yes.
There we go. Thanks, Paige.
See you.
All righty.
She should get rid of herself. Can I get rid of myself?
The second version of Jonathan.
Oh,
There you go.
so
Are you still in San Diego?
Palm Desert.
Oh, you're back in Palm Desert. You were in San Diego for a day or so, right?
Yeah, we wanted to bring Debbie's mom and dad. They'd never been to San Diego. And his job, he was a factory engineer, I think I told you. And
Yeah.
one of his, I didn't know this, but you hear these stories, but he spent 2 years documenting by hand the procedure for the rocket propulsion unit for the ejector seat for the F-18. 2 years. They wrote it by longhand and then created this book that this long for and then his signature was the last signature on the compulsion unit before they shipped it to McDonnell Douglas to put in an F-18. They just made the unit. And he was telling us all about this. And I said to Debbie, there's an F-18 on the Medway. I've seen it. So we totally didn't tell them. And we just chopped around and we managed to get 2 nights at a Marriott. In fact, the same Marriott that we stayed at for Lisa's event. Right by the Omni there.
Yeah.
And we didn't tell them until Saturday morning. And it was really hot here last weekend. I mean, it's like insanely hot, like 118.
Oh, God.
So early Sunday morning, we told them Saturday, but early Sunday morning, we just put the cases in the car and drove to San Diego. We were there by lunchtime and walked them all around the boardwalk, which is lovely. And then Monday, which was a holiday in Canada anyway, we drove them to the Medway and we spent 6 hours on the area there. And personally, I was done after half an hour. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's a plane. Okay, let's go. I'd been on it before because I'd been on a networking event up there. But anyway, he couldn't stand still. He couldn't even take a picture. There were just too many things for him to go look at. And next thing, he's upside down, looking at this ejector seat in front of this F-18. He's like, "There's my name. There's my name," because it's literally etched in the.
Oh my God!
His signature, and it was better than Christmas.
That is so incredible! Wow!
Yeah.
Oh, what a great gift that you gave him! Oh my God! Nice! What a good son-in-law!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Good for you.
Yeah, we came back Monday night, but they had a great time, and it was we got Marriott elite privileges, so they got the concierge lounge that they'd never been in before, and yeah, they're living a different life.
That's so great. What a fun visit. Oh my God. Now, when do they head home?
They leave on the 19th.
Oh, on the 19th. Okay.
And, we leave here on the 12th, so we'll leave here next Monday.
Okay.
What they don't know is that Debbie booked them back business class on BA.
Oh my God, that's so nice.
They have no idea. Anyway.
Have they ever flown business class?
Once before.
Oh, once before. Okay, that's wonderful.
We brought them out here business class at Christmas time 2 years ago. Maybe in both ways, actually. I can't remember. Certainly one way for sure. On the way out here, they came Icelandair, and it was Icelandair's business class, which is really, JetBlue Alaskan's business, first class.
Yeah.
It's at the front and the bigger seats, but it's not that different.
Yeah.
Business class on BA is flatbeds and. Oh
yeah, it's the thing. Yeah, it's the serious thing. Wow, how nice! Good for you.
That's all these points that we accumulate, and Debbie does stuff with them, right?
Yeah, that's so great. I love that you give them those kinds of surprises. It's really really lovely.
I'd like to take credit.
Yeah.
Debbie just has the ideas, and she runs them by me, obviously. But
I think it's great, really.
We weren't in a position to do anything like that for my parents, and my mum's been gone a long time now, so it's cool to be able to do it for her parents. So
yeah, it's really good. Nice of you guys. So sweet. Yeah.
So we were going to do a little bit of an interview today. Does that still work for you?
Oh God, that's right. I'm so sorry. I totally forgot about that. See what this construction has done to me? Oh my God, I am so sorry.
I guess that's a no then.
That's a freaking no. Oh my God.
Wow.
This is seriously
You.
been crazy. Isn't that hilarious? I've been just like so focused and like getting, well, first of all, the weekend was just, you don't realize how much you have in a closet until you have to get everything out of that closet. And your bathroom. And I have to say hats off to John because he literally created a closet in the basement. I mean, incredible. So it was crazy weekend, but we did it. And in fact, he did such a great job. You would not know if you came into this house right now that there was any construction going on because the first floor looks normal. There's no crap laying around or whatever. It's like everything is downstairs, all orderly and everything. So yay for us. But that being said, I had no freaking clue what today was. I mean, I knew I was meeting with you, but I wasn't even thinking about it. So I so apologize.
I got all my notes already.
Oh, damn it! Oh my God!
I got them for next time.
Good. I'll be so much more prepared next time for sure. I won't be crazy. And thank God that they did finish the pounding because can you imagine if I was prepared, I'd be like probably pulling my hair out. That's probably why I forgot because I was seriously so over the.
I even got I don't know if you can see here, but I got the cushions lined up. I got the view and everything.
Look at you! You got it. Yeah. You're like wondering, Erin's still not dressed.
Last week I am half dressed.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm like the news presenter above the desk. You know?
You do. You look great. Yeah. Oh my God, that's so funny. I apologize. I mean, I seriously was not thinking about it. I literally wasn't at all. Like.
Well,
I don't know, obviously. And that's in fact when we were doing speak to sell today.
Yeah.
I did not raise my hand once because there's no way. If I turned my audio on, it would have been like a boom, 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 boom over my head.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit brain dead. But that's the good news is that I think by this time next week that part will be over. Like, yeah, this is.
You did a picture of you, Lisa, and John. Lisa Cherney, that was.
Yes.
And then in the comments, somebody else who I don't know, and she drops the F-bomb in the comments, and it's like, I'd hide that if I were you.
Oh, I didn't even know I could. Hold on, let me go to that one. That's on my
personal page.
On the personal page, yes. Let's see here. Yeah, you know why? I realized when I was at the Platinum Elite retreat, I was sitting with Lisa's mom and we were talking and I was telling her all about me and then she goes, my daughter, her other daughter, best friend is an actor and lives in Minneapolis. He used to be in New York, but he lives in Minneapolis. I'm like, oh really? Who is it? And what's his name? Maybe I know him. She goes, oh, it's Joey Clark. And I'm like, both John and I jaws drop and we're like, I have all the actors in town. Seriously, one of my very good friends he's part of the Twin Cities Cabaret Artists Network. He and I are so close and we hit it off. So we sent Joey a picture of the three of us and he responds back. Then, Lisa's mom tells Lisa, and Lisa's like freaking blown away. She's like, you've got to be he's like literally almost their brother. That's how close they are.
Wow.
So, of course, I, of course, put her on my thing. And I did see her say that. And I did not even think about.
I wouldn't delete it, but you can hide it.
You can hide it. Okay. Oh, you're right. I'm going to hide it.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Okay. Oh, good. So I can hide that.
She still sees it. Nobody knows any different except you and me.
Really? Okay. All right. That's good. Okay. And should I hide my response back to her or does it matter? I don't see anything. I didn't say anything bad in it.
No, I did. I only saw that when I was just looking today. Let me just see. I didn't look. Oh,
Yeah, Lisa's so funny because she uses that word all the time. I'm like, sometimes you might want to hold off using that word on other people's pages.
yeah, I would say.
Yeah, so just hide my comment.
Let me just see. So, yeah, it doesn't make sense if the other
Yeah,
one.
it doesn't make sense. I'm going to hide it, right? Oh.
He'll still see it and everything's still there. But
Oh, it's interesting. It won't let me hide my comment. It only says edit or delete.
maybe it's on business pages you can hide.
I could hide her comment though. Is that interesting?
Oh yeah, because it's yours, right? Just leave it.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, because who's going to really read it, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. No,
I'm just reading Linda Roth just said that, I made decision number 3 and did an AR90 with Lisa Cherney. Wow. I spent an hour at lunch with Linda Roth, and she is so behind the 8 ball with her publishing of her book for the end of the year. She has no website, she has no audience, she doesn't even have the cover designed. And I showed her all the work that we did for Gifted, and they're launching at about the same time. And it's like, wow.
Wow, that's interesting. I didn't realize she hadn't done any of the work.
Well, she's almost finished writing the book, but she hasn't.
Oh, I know.
She hasn't done any publicity around it.
And she wants to release it. She and I talked about it. I know she'd been working on it for a while, and she finally finished it. I didn't realize she hadn't done any. She wasn't working on the PR piece of that. That's like huge.
Yep.
Huge. I have a friend who's releasing a book next year, and he has already started doing the PR, and that his release doesn't happen until like next summer. Yeah. Daniel James.
I was trying to explain that to her. And afterwards, I was like, gosh, I could help her. And I went, do I really want to? Because she seems an odd lady.
Well, I was going to ask you really quick between you and me, because I've known Linda since last October, and she and I are now in Platinum Elite together. We also were in our small group together. Lovely gal, and I understand what she does because she works in high tech, and businesswoman, very smart. Well, I connected with her on Facebook, and right away I'm hearing you in my head because she's very right wing and is not afraid to express her opinions at all. And I'm like, I keep hearing you in my head, like, oh, girlfriend, whether you love Trump or not, you don't want to talk about it. Whether you're pro-Bush or pro-life or not, you don't want to talk about it. I mean, wow. But seriously, I was blown away. Like, oh, I had no idea. And thank God I never talked politics with her because I'm like, oh God, because it's serious stuff. And I thought, wow, that really surprised me, to be honest with you. But then I thought, okay, well, it's just one post every single day.
Because I added her as I sent her a friend request after the event, but she hasn't accepted yet. So I was just like, oh, whatever.
Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, I was wondering if she was working with you because I thought, have you had the conversation with her yet about, hey, recommendation?
Do you know when you get that sort of gut feeling? It's like, I don't know if this would be a good fit. That's what I can't, because Lucas looked at me and went, man, you got a slam dunk there. And I went, oh, I don't know. He said, what? I said, I'm not getting the right vibe, to be honest.
Listen to that intuition. Yeah. It's there for a reason, for sure. For sure. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you about that because I was really.
It's so funny because when we were driving to San Diego, we went to Temecula and we stopped, and Debbie needed some stuff. So I went, oh, there's a Walmart. Let's just pull in there. So we pulled into Walmart, which it's not a store I use that much. And I got out of the car and suddenly I went, this could be El Paso right this second.
I know.
All these people going out of Walmart, they're all Hispanic.
I know.
And I just looked at Debbie and she said, what? I said, this was what El Paso would have looked like yesterday.
Yep.
Went, oh, crap. Yeah. And I said, it's probably a safe place to be today, but yeah.
I know. That's what I said that to John. I said, it's gotten to the point now where you really don't know where these things are going to happen.
No.
You could be in a movie theater. We already saw that happen. You could be in a Walmart, seen that happen. Could be at a bar, seen that happen. I mean, you'd be in your office, seen that happen. I mean, it's like, there's no rhyme or reason. And I agree with you. Like, how many times have we all been to a Target or, like you say, a Walmart? Like I said to John on Saturday, I said, this is what's going on at Walmart on a Saturday. Mm. Moms and dads are bringing all their kids and they're going there to do the weekly shopping or get their kid ready for school.
Yep.
That's who's there at 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning. It's families.
Yeah.
And I'm like.
And we were literally 24 hours later on the Sunday morning. It's like.
Oh. And you were there. Except you're like, it could be anybody. I'm like, it's getting to the point where it's just out of control. And it just pisses me off. I mean, it angers me. It just so incredibly angers me. It just makes me just want to, and I would never say that on Facebook, but it just, I mean, so many people are, right? I'm not going to make anything political, and it's really, to me, it's not, I say to people, this isn't political. No. I mean, it's human rights. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, this can happen to anybody.
And it was interesting because I saw something on Twitter with Trump's daughter, and she did this very stoic, our thoughts and prayers, and allow this to, and it's like, and the firestorm against her is like, honey, you need to talk to your dad about that, because
exactly
one after the other, it's like, yeah, you're saying the right thing, but just see where this came from in the first place.
Yeah. Look at the mirror. Yeah, look at the mirror. Because it's your father is doing this. So it's just. But I agree with you. Now it's like, well, where were we the other day? It was kind of like you guys going to Walmart, and I remember I think maybe we were working in a Target. We were. I think it was Saturday or Sunday. We had to run an errand, and same exact thought you had. Walking in, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. So sometimes it just really burns me. It's just like crazy, absolutely crazy. But anyway, so Linda Roth and the right wing. In fact, one of her things today was about, it's not about guns kind of thing. I'm like, are you kidding? So I'm like, okay.
Canada is so different. I mean, you can't buy an assault rifle. I mean, they don't exist. It's so ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. And Trevor Noah, I don't know if you saw he's so brilliant, but man, he had something. Two of his excerpts on Monday were spot on. Yeah. Absolutely spot on. And I should share it with you because I was just like, why is it that we can't talk like this? Mm. Why is it, and I said Mitch McConnell, I mean, I swear to God, he's the devil incarnate. I mean, seriously becoming that. I love that they're giving him names now. Moscow Mitch, and I can't remember what they call him now, but he deserves it. He deserves it because he's been holding back legislation because of his own bullshit. And it's like, okay, this is on you. This is on you. Get off your ass, do your job, or get out. I mean, that's how I feel. One of the richest men in the state and one of the lowest GDPs in the whole of the country, right?
I know, exactly. It's just crazy. Anyway, now that I've got off my political rant.
So where I was going to go with our chat, and tell me if I'm wrong, because I wanted to chat to you sort of like mid-career and sort of
tell
a little bit about what you did in the agency world. And then, because we talked about a crossroads, and I said, and you came to your own crossroads. It's like corporate career or, what's best for Erin.
Right.
I wanted to reference back to the telecommuting that you did so far ahead of the game, and not mentioning the name of the company or anything, but you felt that something was missing in your life, the way things were going. You weren't in a mid-career crisis as such, but you were definitely mid-career, and you had a choice, and your choice was stay corporate or question mark kind of thing.
Or question mark, yeah.
So at that point, you chose to walk away, to get inspired, to look inside your own square, if you like, and create Inspiration Squared. And one of the things you said to me last week, which I wrote down, is like, people have been coming up to you saying, where were you 3 years ago when I needed you? And when you'd heard that several times, it's like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm here for. I'm helping people in that mid-career crisis. Mm-hmm. Don't know how to navigate it. Thank goodness, you had the foresight to know how to navigate yourself. But, male, female, there's many people coming your way. It's like, Erin, I wish I'd have had you in my, Rolodex 3 years ago when I needed that advice. And when you hear that so many times, the universe is kind of saying to you, girlfriend, you're needed.
You're needed. Right. Right.
And I was just going to segue it that kind of way.
Yeah.
Talk about just the kind of people that you're helping, or rather than about to help. And I just thought we could have a couple of ideal clients in your brain that you could talk about how you've helped them on their journey, and almost having like pictures of your ideal client in your mind.
Yeah.
And then just how we could just segue a little bit about what working with you looks like and how you've helped these people on their journey. And I think that would be a great use of the time for the video. So that's what I was going to.
That's good, actually. I think that really does cover it. And I think what's interesting too, and I have the verbiage, it's interesting because when I did leave my company, I had that one paragraph that I sent to, my colleagues and my boss and stuff about, don't know what I'm going to do next, but here's my follow-up email versus a Gmail address. And then don't know I'm starting my own company. I don't really know what it is, but I kind of said, but I know I'm going to pull all of my experiences, and I have that written down. What's so interesting is I never thought or intended at that moment that I really would have started my own company. I just knew that where I was going to go, that would be my brand, Erin's personal brand. I'm going to be this. I would take this. And my intent was really to go back. I was not go back, but go and find a job working for somebody, but taking this with me. This is who I was going to be, and not realizing that, it was really after my father passed away. That was the, holy cow. That's when I made that decision of, I don't want to waste another moment doing something that, doesn't serve me, doesn't give back.
Yeah. How long ago was your dad passing?
December 28th of 2017. So 6 months after I left, he passed away. Yeah, I realized that. Yeah. And that was, because at that point, just before he passed away, I was ready to enter 2018 trying to find the next job. And I was all set. Everything was done. Resume was done. LinkedIn was updated. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I didn't want to do. I was ready. I was excited. I was so excited to go interview. I was ready. And I was like, as soon as, the clock turned 2018, I was set to start going out and looking for a job. And then boom, December 28th, everything changed.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
We almost need a graphic of a, those little paper calendars, people used to tear off the page each day.
Yeah. Yeah.
December 28th, 2017 as a little piece of paper for part of a blog.
Yeah.
That date, everything changed.
Everything changed. Yeah. That's not bad thought idea there, because it was. And it was interesting is I find that too with people I speak to, and even the clients I have, they all can point to some moment that made them question where they are today. Like something's missing.
Yeah.
I feel lost. I don't know. And it's something. It's a date. It's an event. It's something that's happened that's made them have that final moment of, I got to do something.
Yeah.
Something's not right. I don't know what to do. Help me find that. And I think everybody hits that mid-career crisis. We all do. At some point it happens. And what my hope with this program is really, when that moment comes, is that we hit it and go forward with it, like figure it out and move forward, versus so many people will just spin for a really long time. They'll try different things. They'll get busy doing other things. Or like that one person I had a conversation with who said, man, I could have used you a couple months ago, but then I took a trip to Europe and I kind of got back and I'm getting back to my work. I'm excited again, but I have another trip coming up in January. So it's all about the trips and not about it, the in-between. They're still feeling that way, but it's just, God, if I just met you a couple months ago, man, I was ready for this. But then I went to Europe, that really recharged me.
Yes. Yeah.
Until my next vacation. Yeah. And it was just this, I'm like, wait, You flat out just said the obvious that you really don't have the answer. It's just a vacation filled up the space. You're all charged up, and then you're gonna go downhill again, and then you're gonna go on another vacation. What about the in between?
Yeah.
The in between should feel just as great as that vacation. She couldn't see it. A lot of people don't see it. They don't want to see it. But man, if you can get them right there, it's just like you shouldn't have to suffer. You shouldn't have to wonder. The answer is really, really easy.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's in you. The answer's in you. You just have to find it.
Yeah. And that's what you help them do, right?
Yep.
Yay!
Winning in a fun way.
I wrote something here, 2 days late September. Is that when you're doing the proof?
Yes, September 19th.
And are you going there, or are they?
I'm going there.
Okay, because they're doing one on the West Coast as well, aren't they? In September.
Yeah, they're doing. I don't know where they're doing it. I know they had another one in September that they're going to. That's the one that Andrea J. Lee is going to be doing. Now, she had told me, she goes, Erin, I think it's Boston. Of course, that was her talking to me 2 weeks ago, so I don't know if they ever made a decision. I know they were going to do one in San Diego, but I think they already did the one in San Diego, I think. I don't know.
I don't know.
And then they're doing one in Amsterdam in October.
Yeah, his family's from there, isn't it?
Yep, yeah, and so they're going to do one. So then they will be considered international.
Good for them.
I know. So, yeah, so I have that, and the theorem is the next day. So the 30 minutes of teaching will be the next day. So I go there from the 17th to the 20th, I think, 21st.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Are they doing you a speaker one sheet as well out of that?
A speaker what?
A speaker one page sheet?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's something Stacey's done before. I have it on my speaker site. It's like a media kit, and people, it's a one page just about me and what I do. And because we can do it for you, but I wondered if that was part of that package. So.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's a good question.
And if they're going to charge you more, don't worry, we can do it as part of what we're going to do. But
yeah,
I'm sure she included it.
Yeah, that's a good question. I should look back at that and see what it does include. I don't remember that being a part of it, to be honest with you.
No, okay.
I mean, I'll get those two. I'll get the videos, the interviews, and then they're going to create little snippets too, and quotes. But that's and realistically, we should probably create that one-page speaker thing after, right? Because then we'll know.
Probably because you've refined the messaging more.
Yeah. So that's one thing to think about as well. All right. Good. So question for you then on website. So I know I gave you all my information last week, told you that we'd be totally open to moving to GoDaddy.
You mentioned, I spoke to Lindsay and she said, yeah, Google sell domains. I went, I never knew that. She, you don't know everything. I went, so that's totally fine. That was no trouble. But then you said about Microsoft apps. And again, it's like, maybe I need to speak to John about that because I'm not sure what difference that would make from a website perspective.
And he says not website. He's talking about email. So he was saying that to me this morning. So I was getting another clarification because I said, I don't want my domain to be screwed up on my website. But he was talking about my email moving it from
Office 360.
Exactly. So right now it's via Gmail, right? My domain comes, I don't know if they're connected. So
No.
Okay, good.
I'm totally fine to do it, but he's right. If a lot of people are using Office and your email is in Office, it's slightly better than G Suite. Yeah.
And that's what he was explaining because he obviously, his 3M account is all Outlook related. So
I just couldn't understand from our website hosting. I was like, maybe he knows something I don't, but I couldn't think what it was. But
okay. All right. So you just clarified it for me. So I'm the dumb one amongst all of you.
Not at all.
My whole thing, I told him, I said, I have no problem doing that. It just better not screw up anything on the website because I don't want, I didn't know, because I know that when we did the G Suite thing, I got my email through that as well. So that's why, Erin Duffy at Inspiration Squared is really under my Gmail.
Yep.
right? And I didn't know if there was any sort of connection there. So
no, I mean, that's how I do mine too.
yeah.
I mean, quite often when people get emails from me, it actually comes from We Make Stuff Happen at Gmail, which is the parent account, if you like.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do it through Office 360 or 365, whatever they call it, that doesn't happen. So that's probably a good idea.
Okay. So I could switch if it makes more sense from an Office perspective to switch email to Outlook. We can do that then, and it's not going to screw up anything on the website.
Yeah.
All right, fabulous. So yeah, there you go. So, oh good. And so we don't need to worry. And Lindsay's like, yeah, no problem. The Google domain is fine.
Yeah, no, I think so. And then I don't know if the lady responded to Lindsay directly. I didn't see anything that was copied in on when you wrote to her.
So did Lindsay send her anything?
I don't think Lindsay needed to. I think it was pretty easy because of your domain to be able to do it without her.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
I'll check with Lindsay, but she'd have flagged me if there was an issue. But I wasn't sure if you'd had any feedback from the lady or anything.
Nothing. In fact, it's so funny because I sent the message to her, and how did I say it? Where is she? Here she goes. Fantastic. Yeah, I just said, because she had noticed that I added you, and I thought, well, that's good that she noticed that because I wondered if she noticed anything, right? And I said, actually, I was literally, I did that, and then I was literally emailing her. So I'm like, oh, she's obviously paying attention today. But I told her, just like you and I talked last week, that I engaged with another agency, or we're working on my social media and digital marketing strategy for the next 6 months and beyond. And it just makes sense for me to move the website over there. And of course, I thanked her for all her work because, again, as you and I were talking last week, don't want to burn any bridges. So of course, her answer, like I thought, let me know if you have any questions. And I said to her, because I did all my checking, I said, I think the transfer should be relatively easy since everything is under my company, but let me know if I'm incorrect. And she had gotten back. She goes, yes, it is. I'll remove you from my maintenance schedule. Wishing you the best. So there you go. And I'm like, fantastic, whatever. So done. So I didn't think there should be any issues. No, and I didn't think we needed her for anything. So see if Lindsay has any.
I've just seen some people sort of literally and it's rare, but I've seen it twice, that people literally just disconnect. And went, oh, okay, I'm not doing it anymore. They turn the switch. It's like, what happened to my website? And then your email goes down because the email has gone down, and she didn't. I was just a bit worried, so I had Lindsay sort of fast track it just in case she did something crazy, but she didn't. So
she didn't. Good. Yeah, and I didn't think. And again, I would think too, because she and I are in similar circles, that she would have as much integrity as I would have, right? Because you don't want to burn any bridges because we all know the same people. So, but again, I also set it up that she really had no ownership of anything,
That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah.
That's how it should be. And because I had my one friend who's a Wiography, the gal, she has her own digital marketing agency as well. And she had said, okay, before you send the note, make sure. She gave me all these steps, but she was under the impression that the web developer opened everything. Like it was under her server, all this kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, no. Actually, everything's under me. She goes, oh my God, just send her a message. You're done. I mean, So it was really kind of funny. I'm like, okay, good. So we are set. So with that, we're going to interview next week. What other steps, what other things? Okay, I know the UBS needs to be updated, right? Or my services needs to be updated on the website. But from your perspective, when we look at getting things done, what are really the next steps?
There's a lot of SEO work on the website that never got done. So I wanted to do, and we just did this with George too. George's was different because the guy had put a lot of proprietary code into George's website that almost made it that we couldn't change anything without going through his guy. And I went, George, this is nuts.
Oh God.
He's kind of done it as a favor to you because you just call up and it gets changed. But at the same time, it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of work to do, which was we charged him extra for because you never know until you get the passwords to get into the back end of the website, see how it's written. But yours is totally normal. So that's fine. But there's a lot of work that Willie, who you probably met on Power Content that time, that our SEO guy wants to do. So he's probably got about a month's worth of work, not a whole month, but it takes him about a month to index the site, and all those images that we talked about and all the SEO that goes in the back end of the site for Google search.
Yeah.
So we want to get that. So you're probably a 6 out of 10 right now on search, and we want to get you to a 10, obviously. So we want to do that. And then obviously the consistent branding against all the social media that we started.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a much bigger highlight of your download, which is what Paige has been working on, so that we can give the value was there, but now the perceived value is there just because of the way it looks.
Yeah.
I think, and then making that graphic for the homepage so they can see what the PDF looks like, if you like, to download.
Yeah.
And then getting a calendar together so we can get that calendar working for you. And at that point, the next piece is getting those blogs and turning them into LinkedIn articles. Arnhem's back this week, so we're going to start on those, just so that we can stamp your authority as a thought leader on your LinkedIn profile. Yeah. And then we hadn't talked about your Facebook page and your Instagram, but having that consistent Erinisms, if you like, so that we have a number of background pictures of you with quotes, so they're not just somebody else's, Brene Brown or Wayne Dyer or whatever, but
right.
But as we go forward, just establishing more what your thoughts are around the world. And, coming up with a consistent brand for your Instagram and business Facebook. Yeah. With mine, so that we can start really sort of cementing that look and feel as a corporate brand. Okay. In the imagery as well. All right. That's great. And I did, in eWomen Network, I ended up winning this. There's this LinkedIn gal that wrote a book that, I don't know if you know who she is, Carol Camaro. I don't know if you've seen this book. It's the LinkedIn for the Savvy Executive, and she's nationally known. She actually lives here, so she did a presentation, and I ended up winning a free hour with her. Oh, and it was great because she went through my whole LinkedIn and gave me some really good points. We updated a bunch of stuff, and one of the things I do need to do is update my my about me, because she says it can be up to 2,000 words, right? Yes. And then she said, what we want to do there is get more of my story in there. But she talked about adding those key words that really define my brand. Now, I know we're just talking about SEO and figuring out those keywords. How do we figure out those keywords? And is that... Lindsay has got a really smart program that she puts these keywords in that we would think you want to be found for. Yeah. And it gives us how many hits each one of those words gets on Google. So we might think it's a keyword, and we'll see if Google agrees with us. And then Google then comes along with the other words that relate to that we should be tying in. So that's all part of that first month is getting those keywords into the website. Fabulous. Okay. Especially on the meta descriptions of each page, which is not something that you read on the page. Yeah. When you do a Google search, those first 3 lines underneath a URL, that's the meta description. Yeah. That's where those keywords want to be. Okay. As well as getting in the name of the city, even though you can work anywhere. Yeah. You want to get Minneapolis sort of in your bio a bit more, and certainly on the website. And and then because I always find that you end up quite often starting with really good clients who you can physically visit with. Exactly. Yeah. That's typically the ripple effect. So we want to make sure you're really strong in Minneapolis. Yeah. Yeah. So Willie does a lot of local search tied into that as well with Google My Business, and then we want to sort of start talking to people about getting reviews both on Google and on LinkedIn, so that in the Inspiration Squared era, that we can get some people to talk about what life is like working with you. Yeah. Okay. Even though they may not be paid clients, people that give advice to, maybe even some sassies that you might be able to write. They might be able to write you just in your current capacity.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yes, that's actually a really good idea. I will just start asking for those, because I have quite a few people that, I can definitely ask the people I've worked with, as clients, but there are also so many other people that appreciate what I do, also like what I do, and have been big supporters of what I do, and it was great, and they've worked with me, so it's like it would be good just to get more current reviews about the work I'm doing now.
Yeah, and even in the volunteer section on your LinkedIn, because the work that you're doing with the theatre now that you were telling us about the other day on coffee last week, wasn't it, when you said about the TV anchor, and I got inspired about going to the orchestra pit or whatever, but I would have that as a fairly prominent feature about the work that you do about giving back in your LinkedIn, if she didn't mention that.
Yeah, because that's in that, and I have all three of my volunteer things are in there. So be curious to see. In fact, she had told me a couple of good strategies. Like she said, under their volunteer, like she said, especially for Skylark Opera Theater and also Twin Cities Cabaret Artists Network, there's absolutely no reason why those two should be on LinkedIn. And she goes, you're on the board, you're the secretary of the board, so you could actually be somebody who could add Skylark as a business, so that there's a picture. Like she says, what's interesting is volunteer organizations stand out here more of a picture. I said, well, I know with Twin Cities Cabaret Artists Network, as well as Skylark, I could make sure that we have a presence on LinkedIn, especially because when you think about it, all of my acting friends, all my singing friends, they're on LinkedIn. They're performers. They make a living as performers. So, so I'm like, I could get going in that, because she's talking about that visibility of their logo or whatever makes a big difference in your volunteer. But also, like you were saying, adding some of those keywords in my descriptions that I use in here as well would.
Because originally I thought you'd had all that done with the first designer, right? And you said she'd mentioned it, but never actually done the exercise with you, right?
No, she never did. No, no. And then she had said, when I get done with the About Me section, adding whatever keywords, as well as my updated one, she goes, all your other experience, go back to how you write your other experience and make sure your keywords are in there as well. Figure out a way to use it. So that would be so great when we do identify that, because then we could go in and do a deeper dive into updating all that to incorporate a little bit more of those keywords that draw people to me. So good. All right. So in addition.
Interview that, because I know we talked about your first Facebook video and we hadn't done it, which is why we thought we'd do it together, just to right? So
yes, I will be dressed next week, I promise. I won't be. I mean, this is a very nice shirt, it really is, but it's not what I want to wear.
I did wonder when you first came on camera, I went, okay, whatever you're comfortable in is fine by me, but
and then it's like, oh yeah. Oh shit! Wow! Oh my God! Oh, I see my braid. I swear, I'm gonna blame it on my construction. I will be
totally fine, and I'm really glad you got the squirrel. I did see the picture, but I didn't get the backstory of why you were there.
I know. Well, we didn't say it, but I'm telling you, it was a very hard day, because everybody was saying you need to get rid of it, you need to kill it, and one of our friends who was a scientist says, just put it in your deep freezer. And it'll just go to sleep. It'll sleep. It'll die. She's a scientist, like she was saying. I'm like, oh my God. So of course we were taking it downstairs. I was in tears and I begged John. I'm like, can't we just let it go? And he's like, sweetheart, if we do, she's going to find her way back, or she's going to terrorize other people's places, because she's, her babies, whatever. And so we put her in the freezer. 5 hours. I had to go to lunch, and I driving home from lunch, I was bawling in the car, because I was so sad that we did this. Come home. I don't check the freezer because John's not home yet. John comes home. He goes, I'm going downstairs to check, see what's going on. 5 hours, Jonathan. 5 hours in the deep freezer. Open up. in the cage, and we had it covered with the towel and stuff, and scratch, 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 he was running around the cage. I'm like, and so I look at John and said, how cold is a deep freezer? And he says, it's -8 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm like, those squirrels live in -20 and they're running around. He's probably got a ball in there.
He's a Minneapolis squirrel.
Exactly. I'm like, get out. So I'm in tears. I'm like, please, please, please. And so finally he's like, okay. So he takes her out of the freezer, takes her back into the backyard, puts her on the grass in the cage, and she is as if she's not been in a freezer. She has her feet out. She's just like, let me. Needless to say, we drove her across 2 rivers. And I felt so much better. Oh my God. There's just, I don't have it in me. I'm sorry. I don't have it in me. I can't.
No, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
That's a great story, actually.
It is. I kept thinking, I have to write a blog about this.
I really do. Yeah. It was like Lindsay White's story of falling on her butt, and and how the kids reacted to her.
And how exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's been her best social media post of all.
Yeah. Well, I thought, this is a story of resilience. I mean, seriously, that squirrel lived in that cage for 24 hours and then was in a freezer for 5 and still good to do.
But it's probably like, oh, nice.
Exactly. And I wish I had taken a picture. I should have taken a video of when John opened the cage, and we literally had the car doors open so he could jump right in because we didn't know, was she going to run out and attack us? I mean, she was pretty pissed. I wish I had the video camera because when he opened it, Jonathan, it was like, bing, and she just went flying, and she just was gone, towards the river. And it was the best picture.
Oh, that would have been something, wouldn't it?
I know. I should have taken video just because it was such a beautiful image. He was free. I'm like, that's how it should have been. I mean,
there's your image. It's like someone getting out of that corporate,
Exactly.
And you took them across the river. You took them on a journey to where they knew they could prosper.
Yeah, exactly.
Paige opens and they're free.
Yeah, and he's free. Exactly. Isn't that the truth? I know. I should have taken a picture. It would have been so great.
Well, you've got a picture. I mean, you've got the picture of the hillside.
I do. That's true.
I've got to take a picture of the squirrel, but you get it, right? It's not about the squirrel. It's about you.
Yeah, I get. Well, it's true. Really, and when you think about the deep freezer, was when I was at my company, and it was that merger that just didn't really work well for me. It was the end, and once I said, "Get me out of here," it was like being set free. Seriously.
And so many people are in that cubicle, they're in that cage, and there's safety in that cage, but
there's safety.
But you're not going to get it.
There's a way out.
3 analogies right there in that.
Well, I know. Look at that. I know.
Homework for this week. There's your next blog.
Right. I write a blog about my squirrel. Oh my God. I should. I know you have to, but I will not bring the baby part up. I will not bring up the baby part though. That's because those damn animal activists were like, I can't believe you. But yeah, let me show you the hole in my house. Yeah.
Maybe it's just fat.
Exactly.
Don't know for sure it was pregnant.
Yeah, we don't know. There'd be like curses, I swear to God. Yeah, let me show you the hole in my porch. That's what I'll show you.
No kidding, hey?
All right, so what homework do I have then this week? What do you need me? I know I haven't read about it, but what do you need me to do, or do you need me to do anything to get any of this?
No, I think Lindsay's, obviously I was going to do the interview, so that's where I was.
Yeah, so sorry. I know. You're just going to be that Erin, I swear.
Now, if you could do that, if we could create a new piece of content, that would be terrific.
All right. I will try to do that, actually.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to start off this group, and so I was wondering if we can talk about that, but we're a way away from that yet, so that's okay.
Yeah, I think it would be good for me to do the blogs. I keep thinking I want to do one a month. That's what my plan was. I missed July completely just because obviously in transition, but now it's like I really...
So you could write the July blog about investing in yourself, and just the investments, because that post that you did, like the first investment was Lisa Sasevich, second was Lisa Cherney. You don't necessarily need to name names, but the whole idea is you want people to invest in you just like you're investing in other people.
Yeah.
You get the value of giving people money to take you to a place you couldn't get to by yourself.
Yeah.
And you got some wonderful photographs of the three of you both times. So why not? Why not write a blog literally around those two topics, that what you went through a year long, and then you needed to turn up the heat and go deeper. Yeah. Which is what you just did. I mean, and it's such a great picture of the three of you with Lisa Cherney. I can't remember. Was there a Lisa Sasevich picture as well? There was.
Yeah, there was. I think that was the first one before that one. So that was the one on the 20th. That was with John and I, and Lisa Sasevich. Yeah, it's one of the professional ones. Actually, it turned out well. Actually.
Yeah. Oh, that girl. That girl's good, isn't she? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she does a really good job. But yeah, I think that Lisa Cherney one turned out really well. And that was like one of those quick photos, right? Like, can you take a picture of us? Yeah. I'm like, oh, that turned out great.
A really good picture of the three of you, yeah.
Yeah. And I like John's orange tennis shoes. I think that just looks...
He's got style, that man.
He does. All right.
I didn't realize how much he was into shoes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Seriously, half of moving the closet was moving his shoes. Okay.
Hilarious. Love it.
I love it. Anyway.
The other thing I didn't talk about last week, and I realized afterwards, like, I've taken on all this extra work for you, and we never talked about a budget for that, right?
Right. Yes, that's right. That was on the list too. Yes.
So here's what I did with George. 1 second, sorry, because my computer's trying to update itself, and I don't want it to. Some Apple. 1 second. There we go. 1 second. There we go. So what I did with you, I was going to run a group program, and it's on our website. It's called 120-Day Business Mastermind, and I had you and a couple other people. And I was going to do it as a group, and in the end, I got so busy doing other things, I didn't really create the group. But I gave you the group price because I just so wanted to work with you. So the 15 was, as you know, on the website, was the group price. But what I did with George, he had a slightly different situation because he just built the website. In fact, he built 2 websites. He'd done his email marketing. He'd done his calendar and everything. And I thought he was just ready to go. I mean, you never know until you jump in. But anyway, we had to do a fair bit more than we thought, as we have with you. So we did 15, and I quoted George 25. Yeah. And what we've done out of that is everything we've talked about here, getting the website updated. But I also redid his Speak to Sell talk with him, and he sent me his PowerPoint deck, and then Paige completely redid it, and it's now like a wow. Yeah. From like your giveaway to your giveaway now, how we bring all that graphic elements to it. Yeah. So that's what I was thinking, because we don't really charge by the hour to do this kind of work. Right. It's just, we can, but we just don't, because we only have so much allocation of Paige's time and stuff. So we only do it with VIP clients anyway. We don't do ad hoc stuff. We get a lot of people asking for us. And it's like, I could, but then, because I like Paige to get a feel for you. And then as she's creating more and more content, there's a vibe that hopefully you like, and it's like, oh, that's better than I could have imagined. Right. So that's how we do that. So over the contract, if we went from 15 to 25, there's no rush to pay it or anything. Then that'll cover everything else for you. Okay. The website migration, all the SEO work, all the social media, publishing all the blogs, and just getting everything else, because we were just going to be consulting. Right. This is all the doing bit as well. Yeah. Yeah. No, that totally makes sense to me. Yeah, it's completely. That way we're working together and getting all this done and just getting where it needs to be. No, it totally makes sense. And so the titanium one is where we create the brand, we create the story, we build the website. I mean, obviously you already had all of that piece. We didn't but the other pieces of the strategy and the implementation is what we do.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love it. Let's definitely do that, because that makes that, it's sort of like we have the pieces. Now it's like, now let's like elevate it, like get it out there and tell me what to do, help me with
We
it.
can do it over a few months, or we can do it in a couple of payments, whatever you want to
Yeah.
do. Cash flow wise, just tell me what works for you.
Okay. Yeah, let me get back to you on that. I just need to look at a couple of things on that, but
You can do it over the next 3 months, like even on a credit card if you want, or something like that. I don't mind.
Okay, good. That's right. Because last time we did it with
the wire, and we normally do, but now it's different. So normally second time round, that's what we do with George each month now. We just
just do it on credit card. Oh, maybe we just do that. Now I get points.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's all about those flying points. You know?
Well, look at me. I mean, how we're using everything for that now.
Yeah.
I said, can we use some of this for me? And she went, no, we pay for our stuff, so we get more points to do the fun stuff.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. Seriously, it should be for the fun stuff.
Why would you use our points when we can write it off? I went,
yeah. Exactly. Such a smart wife. I swear to God.
oh gosh, 32 years married next month.
Is it really? Oh wow. What are you guys gonna do? Do you have any plans?
Here's the funny thing. Armando, who I love, Lisa's PR guy. He just introduced me to a new speaker who I'd never heard of, a girl called Courtney Carroll. Mm-hmm. And she has a 2-day live event in Seattle, September 11, 12 for, I think it's 75 female entrepreneurs. It's a whole female audience. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he recommended that she spoke to me, and we spoke the other day, and she's booked me to be the second morning keynote speaker at the live event, and it's on our wedding anniversary. So,
oh, that's so great! Oh my God! I mean,
she wasn't anti-men by any stretch, but she wasn't sure if I was a fit for her audience. And then when we chatted, and I said, look, I have 3 daughters. I speak to women probably better than I speak to men, to be honest.
Yeah.
As it happens, the day you want me to speak will be my 32nd wedding anniversary, and Debbie would be with me. She went, oh, that is just like, wow, that is beyond perfect timing. So,
that's fantastic.
I'm speaking on it. So I said to Debbie yesterday, I said, we should stay an extra night and just have a fun day in Seattle on the 13th. And because we're there anyway, and we should just celebrate the evening of and then the next day in Seattle. So.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Congratulations on the opportunity. That's so fantastic.
I mean, he and I spoke straight after Speak to Sal, and he went, buddy, you just knocked it out of the park. I went, that's my thing.
Yeah.
I need to get out of Lisa's circle, so I need to be on other stages.
Yeah.
I'm setting up my own business doing exactly that. I'm going to be the go-to person that recommends sponsorship packages for other speakers, because that's what I've done for Lisa. And then he messaged me last week and said, I got your first one. I went, okay.
So great. So great. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Seriously, congratulations.
And even Andrea Almaraz, we chatted last week too, and she said, she's getting a lot of approaches now from other speakers who knew they couldn't go near her while she was working for Lisa. And now suddenly all these people are like, hey, I have an idea. So she said, I want to do the same thing for you when I'm speaking to these people with helping them organize their events. It's like, you need to bring in some other people onto the stage. We know some people. So the 2 of them together are like my roadies right now.
Hey, isn't that great? I mean, they're doing the work for you. They're getting you the gigs. I love it. Yeah. So fantastic. Congratulations. Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Rock it.
Exciting. Yeah.
It'll be soon. I knew him when.
Yeah, right. Oh.
I love it. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. So I got that on the 12th. I might be speaking with Debbie Sardone in Pittsburgh on the 16th, funny enough.
Wow.
Interesting. You said you were going to be that way for the proof, because I was like, wow, if I'm there,
you should come.
Because I have a 50% coupon from Stacy, because I was supposed to get a bonus when I did my A90 with her.
Yeah.
And then she changed businesses, and she went, I never gave you that. I went, oh, I know. And then she said, I could do the proof, and we'll discount that heavily for you instead. I said, well, if I'm ever on the East Coast at that time, I'd do it. So if this thing with Debbie works out, I might do it. What dates you say you were there?
The 19th. 19th, 20th. In fact, I need to get back to Stacy because she reached out to me last night. I don't know about you, but we got hit with a ton of emails yesterday because of all the speak to sell people who spoke at the event, the 7-minute, all of their offers. Oh my God, they all came through around the same time. It's like,
yeah, I saw. And I looked at Lucas's and the video. I went, "That's a really good video, Lucas. You're welcome."
Now, did you do it? Oh, that's good. Very good.
It's cool because I airdropped it, phone to phone for him.
Yeah.
Whereas I couldn't airdrop Debbie Sardone's. I had to put it into Dropbox for her, and it took hours. But Lucas's, we did in a couple of minutes.
I'll have to look at it. Yeah, like I said, I haven't looked at anybody's stuff yet, but yeah, I'll have to look at his because they all literally boom, 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 just piled up, and I'm like, oh my God, what the heck happened? There's only so much time. But yeah, so she was telling me they have one more spot for the September proof event, and they were wondering if John wanted to do it because he did the 890, but John's not going to do it. There's I don't even think he has to be at the UN the next week. So, but also he's not ready to do this because he's not going to be ready to do it. He's not going out publicly until after he retires, right? So maybe before he might, but yeah. So this would be. I need to get back to her and say thank you.
I should check with Debbie because if I fly to Pittsburgh, I think. Yeah. Which isn't that far from Philly.
No, you can get a puddle jumper or you can drive, but you can get this. It's almost like going from like San Francisco to Santa Barbara. Yeah. It's like that kind of like short little flight.
I don't know.
Yeah. Think about it. That'd be so wild. See you there.
Yeah, need to watch each other, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I really need it, but it sounded fun. Because I'm getting video footage from Sage from Lisa's event, and the same with this event in September. I get all the raw footage of me speaking.
Very nice.
And that's with a real audience and a real stage anyway.
Yeah.
Not saying that Stacey and Dan wouldn't have a different perspective on me that I might not think of myself.
Yeah, because it's really your why.
Yeah.
So
I know
3 minutes of your why. So it's not really about what you do, but your why.
Yeah, really what I want is my sizzle reel is to show people what I look like on stage and why they should be hiring me.
Yeah.
So it's probably, actually now I'm thinking about it. Maybe I don't need it.
Yeah, maybe you don't need it.
I always need it, but
I mean, you can always use it, but yeah, it's that intimate stage kind of idea. Yeah. But yeah, you probably don't necessarily need it.
It's all good. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mike, look at that. 325. Holy.
I know. Look at that. Rock on.
Say hi to John for me and give me.
I will. Same to Debbie. Enjoy your
Send
time.
me feedback around that PDF.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right.
See you later. Bye.